And Sandy.
Hello, everybody in District 117. This is Sandy Campbell. I'm one of the co-chairs of this year's District 117 Spring Conference that's coming up May 17th, 18th, and 19th. I hope all of you are planning on being there with us because it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We have lots to celebrate this year. Of course, it's Toastmasters 100th anniversary, but it's also District 117's first time that, since we are a new district, it'll be the first time that we are all in person together for a conference and not having to have conferences on Zoom. Hurrah! So we wanted to share with you some of us who have been to many conferences in the past. We wanted to share with you why we love going to district conferences and what they mean to us. And I'm going to start just by sharing a quick story of the very first time that I went to a conference. It was out in RTP, the Holiday Inn, what was at the time, Holiday Inn out at RTP. I'd only been in Toastmasters a couple of months, and I really had no idea what a conference was all about. I didn't know why I should go. And I actually, honestly, was not planning on going. But I left work Friday afternoon, and as I was driving down 40 to head back to Raleigh, I had to go right past the Holiday Inn, and I thought, oh, what the heck? And I turned my car, and I went into the Holiday Inn, walked in the door to the registration desk, and I was immediately greeted by this extremely friendly person named Mike, who said, I'm the first-timer chair, and you're a first-timer, and you are super special, and we're going to take care of you. And he really did. He helped me get signed up and get oriented and figure out what to do. He gave me this piece of paper. I was supposed to get signatures, and I was like, man, whatever. And I got a little button that said first-timer. Everywhere I went that whole weekend at that conference, when people saw the button that said first timer, they'd say, oh, you're a first timer. Let me see the piece of paper. I want to help you sign my name on your piece of paper. And everybody loved first timers. And it was a really special weekend for me. It really made me understand a lot more of what Toastmasters was all about. And I was super excited to be there. I also went to an education class while I was there on how to do evaluations, which has stayed with me ever since. I've been in 16 years. I still use that information today. Absolutely love it. So that was a super meaningful weekend for me to spend at the Toastmaster Conference. So with that, I'm going to see, Sharon, would you like to share about your favorite Toastmaster Conference experience?
Gladly, Sandy. When I first started Toastmasters, I thought that the club was the Toastmasters world. That was my microcosm, was the club.
Yep.
During the first year, I went to a conference. Imagine how it blew my mind to see so many Toastmasters. I found it to be an experience that was like, whoa, 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 starting with the parade of banners. All the clubs proudly walked in and had their banners on a stand. I said, look at all these clubs. My microcosm suddenly got bigger and bigger. Then as the days went, the hours went through with the conference, there were educational sessions with superior speakers. Wow, I learned so much from all of that. The highlight for me are the contests, because we had 2 contests from the club all the way up to the district. To sit in the audience and hear these speakers, I thought, I've got a lot to learn. It was amazing. Also, the camaraderie, because when you think to people in your club, we had about 20, 25 members in the club, is your whole world. Suddenly my world expanded to over 100 people who all had Toastmasters in their hearts, who were all, I wouldn't say cult, they were having fun, and they wanted everybody else to have fun. It was organized in a way that I never had to wonder, where do I go next? We had a program. Everything was so professionally laid out. I was blown away. When I left that conference, I thought, I've joined the right organization, one that cares about me, one that I can help give back to others based on what I've learned. It was an exciting experience from beginning to end. I almost had to see it end, especially the last night when we had the formal dinner. Everyone was dressed up. Hey, that was fun watching everybody. It was so much to learn, so much fun from beginning to end, from the parade of banners to the formal dinner. It was a blast, and I recommend everybody to come and experience that blast like I did. Back to you, Sandy.
Thank you so much, Sharon. Yes, the Parade of Banners is really eye-opening and so much fun. I love that. Don, how about you?
Hey,
What are some of the things that you remember from conferences?
thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I've been to a handful of conferences. The very first one that I went to, I was about a year and a half into Toastmasters. It was November 11th, 2011. I still remember that day, 11/11/11, and I was competing in the evaluation contest. I was somewhat intimidated, but more excited. That was a lot of fun. And then it was a short 4 or 5 years later in 2016 that I had the opportunity to receive my Distinguished Toastmasters Award. Running that gauntlet was an experience of a lifetime. I'm truly looking forward to sharing in and helping others run that gauntlet in 2024.
Yeah, and this year's DTM Gauntlet will be extra special because anybody who got their DTM back in 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, and now in first half of 2024, anybody who has done that, you may have done the gauntlet or gotten recognition at one of our online conferences, but this year you get to run the gauntlet in person and high five all the other DTMs. If you've never seen a DTM gauntlet before, your mind will be blown, and it's one of those magical parts.
Don't forget to pick your theme song, like Rocky.
Yes, you get to pick your own song that you get to run through the gauntlet to your own very special song. So yeah, it's super fun. How about Glenn or Ken? Either of you want to go next?
Yeah, I joined Toastmasters in 2000. And my first opportunity to join a conference was a couple of years later. I got coerced into representing my club in table topics. And I don't know how it happened, but I wound up winning my division. And I went to the conference as a table topics contestant, and I thought I was hot stuff. And then I met Joel Shanker, and I found out what a real table topics master can do with a topic. But over the years, conferences have been a highlight of my Toastmasters year. I love going to conferences. I love the camaraderie of seeing old friends like Sandy and Sharon and Don. Even Ken, yes, reluctantly. That is part of the truly magical part of the conferences, is being able to renew your acquaintances. Much like Sharon, my world revolved around my one club. Now, a couple of things of note. The first time I went to a conference and I realized what the world really was like, and that it was even bigger than the district. There was a region, and we were really part of an international commune. I joined my second club, and I've never looked back. I've never regretted joining multiple clubs, because each one is a unique experience, but no more so than the conferences themselves. You're getting to experience members from all over the state, now at least half the state, the district. But it's truly a magical experience. And as Don pointed out, the first time I walked the gauntlet and got to see quite literally some of my heroes and high five people like Sharon Hill, Deb Lee, Pam Christopher, Charles Harvey, it almost brought me to tears. It is such a magical experience. And even if you aren't running the gauntlet, to sit in the audience and experience that is chilling. So I think it's one of the most important things that we can do as a reward for ourselves for being a part of the Toastmasters family, that your opportunity to attend that conference gives you educational opportunities, relationships that truly are magical and life-changing. I wholeheartedly recommend it. I've already signed up and paid my fee, and I'm looking forward to the conference. Sandy?
Wow.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Yes, the friendships that you make in Toastmasters. Of course, you have the friendships in your club, and that's your base, your family. But your family suddenly grows, like Sharon was saying, to people all over the state. And it is so nice to come back every year and be able to spend a weekend with them again and over a meal and with the contests and everything about it. So yeah, it's very, very magical to keep those wonderful friendships going. People like Ken.
You know, I blame my entire Toastmaster experience on Sharon Anita Hill. She put her arm around me one day and says, Ken, listen, we're going to start this club. It's called Toastmasters. What the heck is that? And it was not Speak Up, but it was
Speak easy.
Speak Easy. We got sued for our name and we changed it to Speak Up. Go figure.
Mhm.
But what's in a name? Actually, my experience with Toastmasters has been, I think, like Glenn touched upon too. When you first come into this thing, you don't quite have it all figured out, but the universe, it's beyond a universe, it's a galaxy. And the coming together of people that you know and meeting the people you've never met before, because at the conference, it's a hub of camaraderie, all for the right reasons.
Mhm.
The gauntlet, bar none. Excitement extraordinaire. But to a person coming in, they went, what's this gauntlet thing? You know, we're just kind of maybe patting the backs of those people who have been successes. But it's those successes that are waiting for each new member to achieve. And you can be part of this. And there's nothing greater than that. What I've really enjoyed is really the personal one-on-one contact that I've had with people. And you named Charles Harvey, who was my hero. I met him at the first conference I ever went to. I didn't know this guy from Adam, but I went, you are a very good person to know. He is the epitome of, he was my hero for a couple, 3 years. Then he took the heroship on with other people, and Glenn Scales and Sharon share that heroship in my Toastmaster world, because you lead and you train in a way that nurtures other people in the way they want to keep on coming back over and over. It's phenomenal. And when you do run the gauntlet, my children got to pick out the song that was going to be played, and it was Don't Worry, Be Happy, because at the time it was a little bit of me.
Mhm.
But for anybody out there who has not thought about their experience beyond the club, the more you're involved, the quicker you're involved, the more you will get out of the energy you put into this, because you'll be fed many times over in experience, in leadership skills that you will develop by participating in this big thing. It's far beyond what you imagine when you knocked on the door and says, can I be a member of your club? Come on in. It's a great place to be.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ken. Hub of camaraderie. I love that. That's absolutely what I'm looking forward to, or what I look forward to every time I go back to a conference, is that camaraderie that we have across the organization, beyond the club and out to that even larger family, Toastmaster family. So thank you, each of you, for sharing your stories. I hope that we have got you thinking of, if you haven't been to a conference before, hopefully you're now thinking that, hey, maybe there's something there I need to go check out, and that you absolutely do. There's nothing else like it. You'll be really surprised, and your eyes will be open to a whole new world within Toastmasters.
Absolutely.
So we hope to see you May 17th, 18th, 19th. The early bird tickets have been extended out to April 23rd. So go out to the district website, and there's a page out there that has the conference material, and that'll give you links to the hotel and links to the registration. So we hope to see you May 17th, 18th, and even the Sunday morning of the 19th. We have some activities going on. So come out. Anybody want to add any last comment? Yeah, Glenn?
Before we go, in honor of my friend Ken,
Don't worry, be happy.
I want to add one more thing too, Sandy. You've
Sure.
been talking about that gauntlet. As a new Toastmaster, I didn't know what a DTM was. When I saw that gauntlet, I said, I want to go through that too. That started me on my path to get my first DTM, all because I was at the conference. That gauntlet looked like so much fun. I said, I want one. That's what got me started, because I went to the conference and learned about a DTM.
Yes.
Sharon, that was your first DTM. How many have you accumulated?
She has 5.
5. I'm going to walk the
Wow.
gauntlet this year. I can't wait.
Oh, very good. Very
It
good.
started
Wow.
with the conference. It started with the conference. Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, thank you all. Oh, I wanted to make one last comment about we talked about breaking bread and camaraderie and sitting down with people over a meal. The meals are really important. Friday night, we're going to have our international director, Dana Richard, who's going to be speaking at dinner. And then he'll be speaking again at lunch on Saturday. And then, of course, dinner Saturday night. You don't want to miss it. You get to dress up in your long dresses and tuxedos or whatever you want to wear. Everybody wears something different, but you can dress up as much as you want and experience that DTM gauntlet that we've all been talking about.
Mhm.
So we will see you May 17th, 18th, and 19th. Thank
That's a
you.
date.
Yes.
Bye,
Thank you,
Sandy.
Tina.